G'day all, it's Colin from PCTLC and thanks for joining me. Today we're having a look at Voyager 18.04 long-term support, and Voyager has been around for a little while, not quite sure how long, but I've tried it out a couple of times before. So we just have a look at the screenshot here from DistroWatch. It's based on Debian Stable and Xubuntu. Originates from France, and it comes in 32 and 64-bit, and the desktop is XFCE. So that's Voyager. Now I did take a screenshot on a cold boot, and that was around about 513 megabytes before doing anything. Was a little bit lower than that at some stage, but that was pretty average. So yep, there's a lot going on this desktop, so let's get into it. We have two panels here, one here and one here. Now with these panels you've got these little arrows, so if we click those it actually hides the panel and it'll come back when you come across, and the same goes for this one here. Click that arrow and it hides the panel, and then when you hover over it the panel appears. So if we click it again it will remain on the desktop just like that one there as well. So now what these panels represent is this one here is turns your Wi-Fi on and off, and it does work. I've tried it on this laptop, definitely works on this laptop. Cannot speak for anyone else's hardware, I suppose. Turns your touchpad on and off, haven't tried that one. You can do private web search, I think that is. Have to admit I didn't really look at that one, but yeah, private web browsing. Close tabs. That's the Voyager website, I believe. Sorry, it's the Voyager start page. And it's got links to their website, that's right. Safe, now this thing opens up. I don't really use these things, it's encrypt folders and so forth, so I'm not really sure what that's about. I don't use those things. And then you got your network here, which shows you a network upload and download and all that sort of info. Down like another conky, so you can click it again and turn it off. Now you've got Workspaces here on the panel. On this panel also you've got your calendar. You've got info, which opens up, I think, I'm not sure if that's NeoFetch or there's a couple others, I can't remember the name of them, but nice little info there anyway. NeoFetch or Screenfetch, it's one of those. I could have them both wrong. We have a link to Kodi, and that opens up Kodi. Let's just exit that. And then the last one here is called Box. So if we open Box, this gives you links to certain controls within the system. So this one is the Voyager wall, Voyager themes, custom themes, new theme, delete theme, save current configuration. So you can do that. So if we go into themes, and I believe this one here, what it mainly does is it changes your background. Well, actually I forgot, how did we do that? Voyager themes. Oh, sorry. So yeah, I forgot about that one. What you need to do there is you click on Go One and Preview, and then you preview it, and then if you like it you can click OK. So that's your themes there. So then we got box again. You got Voyager wall again, custom theme, save current theme. So yeah, that's all to do with themes. So if we go to Conky control, you can control everything about the Conky here. The menu, let's exit Conky list, Conky management, add, remove, custom base. So everything to do with your Conky there, settings, where you want to put it and all that sort of jazz. So you had all these different type of Conky themes here and here, so there's plenty to choose from. Back to box again, you have your plank control. On DistroWatch actually, on the info for Voyager, it actually says it has the ORN Avant window navigator, but it's definitely plank. That must have been an old, some old information there, I would say. Now on this thing here, you've got an abundance of different themes and all sorts there, so I won't bother going through them all, but I think I was on Chameleon, I think, yep. You can position your plank wherever you'd like. And there's a few other tweaks there, your behavior, IntelliHide, and AutoHide, Dodge, Active Window, and so forth. You got your docklets. Back to box. You got your colors icon. So what this thing does is on your lateral panel, which is I think this one here, if you was to change it to green, then your buttons are green. Let's put it back on to violet, or was it orange? I think it was orange. You got mobility 1, which is if we change that to green, these three icons here change to green, put them back to violet. Mobility 2 is the bottom three, so we change those to red, you can see they're red, put it back to violet. Private, now private is let me have a look, so we change private to green. Oh, that's this icon on its own here, so we change that back to violet. And now the Kodi shortcut here, you can change that color as well. If you want it blue, it's blue. Let's put it back to orange. The terminal shortcut is up here, which is drop down terminal. You can change that to a different color as well. So if you wanted it, say red, you can see the arrow is red. So we'll change that back to grey. The search box, which is this one here, if you change it to green, it'll be green. Let's change it back to grey. And the box, which is this one here for the box, put on black, you can see it's black. On back to orange. And the session, change it to yellow. That's this one up here. See, it's yellow. I think that was originally grey. Grey looks like white anyway, I must say. And the calendar, if we change calendar to red, that's this one here. Actually, let's change it yellow. Something a bit more standout. Blue, there you go, that's blue. Shortcut to calendar. And we'll change it back to orange. And then you got your logo, which was this one up in the top left corner, is now blue. So I think that was red originally. Okay, so that's that one there, which was your colors icon. You got your reparation, which is purging all sorts of apps within Voyager. Reset panel, reset Windows XFCE, Plymouth Voyager logo, and all that sort of stuff. I haven't really tried any of these out, but I'm sure they would probably work. Oh, I'm not sure about the Plymouth logo. Let's have a look at that and put in the password. I'm not sure what that does, generating something. So there's inside this box here, and you got your system infos, which I think was also your screenshot or NeoFetch or whichever one that is. Plymouth logo, Voyager OK. So I'm not sure, that must be on startup maybe. That's normally what Plymouth is for. Like I said, you have a drop down terminal. Now one thing they do have going on here, if we start up a few applications here and we click on this one here, which is, alright, something went a little bit funny there. Let's try that again. Alright, so let's close a few things. Okay. So that was a little bit strange, so I don't know what's going on there. So let's close our applications. Oh, maybe because I'm recording, because it hasn't been doing that. Let's try that now. Yeah, it's so this is the XF dashboard. Now if we go into XF dashboard settings, you've got all different types of themes you can use here. Now you got full, which is a search. All these different ones here, but the original one sort of looks like this. So if we leave it on that, you'll be able to see you got your menu down the side here. You've got your lists, application, then you can go back again. So this is a Windows overview, like a GNOME activities type thing. So I don't know why that's not going back. You also got the clock. Show your windows, show your menu. So yeah, I didn't mean to click that. So that seems to have settled down a bit now. So let's go back to XF dashboard settings and have a look at that again. And you got all those different themes here. Now the original was XF dashboard Voyager Dark 2. So we'll try that again and see whether that's, yep, that seems to be working all right now. So this is quite a nice little feature here. Now you do have a shortcut for that, which is which I cannot remember. Let's have a look. Now this is the settings, so while we're in here we'll have a look around. If we go to keyboard shortcuts, your XF whisker menu is Control Escape for the menu, which is a bit of an odd one, but I think they're using their super key for other things. So and the XF dashboard is Control Alt and R. So so that's that. So if we go back to all settings, we've got About Me, Appearance, got a few different ones here. Voyager Orange Grey Dark is the default. So if we go to Arc Darker and we just have a quick look at that, if we open up our file manager Thunar, that's not too bad an implementation. I'm not sure about the header there. The title bar looks a bit strange. But they've got a whole heap of icons here as well. But I think they're using Voyager Orange Dark, but that's also Papyrus, I think, because it's definitely the Papyrus, but they've sort of tweaked it a bit for their own. So, yep, that's something a little bit different there anyway. Desktop settings. Most of these are your typical XFCE desktop. Now this one here is all the wallpapers that got in here. Just a huge amount of choice of wallpapers. So I think something for everybody here. There's just an enormous amount. So yeah, that's very different. Let's go back to appearance, and I'll just put that back onto the default. What was it? Voyager orange, grey, dark, I think it was. Okay. So this one here, I'm not really sure. The OS Uninstaller. I'm not sure whether I should touch this because it might uninstall my OS. I don't even know what this is. It's a bit of a strange one, something new. OS scanning your systems, scanning system OS prober. Oh, okay, so it can take away other operating OS uninstall. I hope it doesn't get rid of my menus. I shouldn't have started that. Maybe I should stop it. Probably can't stop it now, can I? I might delete my menus on my Grub. I shouldn't do. Alright, so we'll just let that run for a minute. You've got your Grub Customizer, which you can customize all your Grub settings there. Oh yeah, so there's my, which operating system did you want to uninstall? Okay, cancel that. That's a good little feature anyway. I haven't seen that in anything else before, so that's something very different. You got your light DM settings, login manager settings, which is pretty handy. So you can change your wallpaper and your image and so forth, and the theme as well, which is very handy. You've got your additional drivers, and you should find NVIDIA on this one anyway. Yep, so I haven't done that one for drivers or anything. You've got your firewall, boot repair, onboard settings, which is I think your, yeah, that's the onboard keyboard, backups, Orage preferences, which is the calendar up here, and it's a nice little implementation of the calendar there as well. So you've got Orage preferences here. So you've got your Orage calendar up here. But you've also got in the menu the Orage calendar. This one here. Now you've got preferences there, which is also the same as the preferences in the settings manager here. You can change your time zone. You can sound command tweaks for the calendar, and when you open the preferences, your calendar opens, so you can choose to turn off all these things here or turn them back on. Depends what look you want. There's a few other tweaks there and some tweaks here. Now that doesn't seem to have any impact on the calendar up here. That appears to remain static and the same. It's only for this calendar that you select. Now there's two calendars on here. There's also the GNOME calendar. Yep, that's the GNOME calendar. So there's two lots of calendars on there. And also with the Orage, you've got also this one called Global Time. Haven't really messed with that before, so I don't really know what goes on there. Just thought I would show it. And also, what else did we have? Oh, the Orage preferences in here as well. So that's the Orage preferences. Just not sure what they're using for backups. Comes with menu editor out of the box, which is Menu Libre, right here. Got screensaver options there. This is the one that comes up. It's quite a good clock that when your screensaver's going. It's actually quite a good clock to look at. It's easy on the eye, especially for me. So plenty of screensaver choices there. printer selections. You can add a printer. Bluetooth adapters and manager. Removable drives, window manager tweaks. So actually, no, we want window, which one? Window manager, and then you got your, oh yeah, so we can go darker there if we wanted to. We'll go back to Voyager grey dark, which is probably what it was, yep. So there is session and startup. So you got different session and startup choices there as well. So yeah, there's quite a fair bit going on this operating system, I must say. So let's just close that. Now here we've got search, which is Synapse. So if we was to type Firefox or File Manager, yep, we got that. And if you click on the little button here on Synapse and go to Preferences, you can change the theme of it. So I'll just do the same one, and you can see, and if you press Escape, that'll disappear. Escape twice there. And then we'll change it again. Preferences. Deutsch, side Deutsch. So we'll just see what the differences are here. And then if you hit the down button, it'll show you anything else that's coming up under that little search there. You can scroll down, so that's pretty handy as well. And we have one more theme for that one, the default. Arrow down, yep, okay. Actually, I quite like the default's not bad. Or the one before that, essential, that's pretty good. So now also up on the top panel here, you have notes, you have messages, Thunderbird mail, compose new message, contacts. Now one thing I really do like about this is the audio control you have here. Now normally I've got to go into my audio controls when I play back a video. Normally my settings are not correct, but here I can just click on this. Normally it picks up the Yeti microphone for my speakers, and you can just from here, from this drop down list, just select your built-in audio. It's just amazing. Really nice feature there, and I like the look of all this. And they've got all these ready out of the box to go. Gradio, Clementine, Parole Media Player. Now another thing is, if we do change the background, what it says is if you move this dialog to the workspace you want to change the settings for, so if we go to here and then we move that into the second desktop, second workspace, sorry, workspace 1, workspace 2. I don't know why that's changed already, because I don't remember doing that. Let's just change that to something. Oh, well, too many choices, isn't there? Gee. Let's just drop that down. So let's move that to this one here. I don't know why it's selecting random pictures. And then if we do this again, and then we take this over to the fourth workspace, and that will show you whatever workspace you got, all those workspaces will show you the picture of the workspace you're on. So that's also picked up another workspace, a different background there as well. I'm pretty sure I didn't change those backgrounds. But anyway, here we go. I like this one. Flash was caught for, I don't know, speeding or too slow. Maybe he's getting booked for being too slow. So if we go to workspace 1, 2, 3 and 4. That's a really nice picture, that one. Must be a valley under there or something. So that's how that works. So that's pretty handy. So that's flickering out with this XF dashboard. Doesn't normally do that. Must be because it must be because I'm recording, because it definitely wasn't doing that before. Okay, so if we just have a quick look through what's installed here, so we'll let's just get rid of that, and we'll quickly go through this. So we'll go to accessories, and you can just have a quick look. Education, games, graphics, internet, multimedia, office, settings, and system. Now notice they've got time shift there. They've got Gigolo. I'm not quite sure. Gigolo, okay. Help about. Gigolo. Mount to local and remote file systems, okay, fair enough. So you have your software center there as well. Now they got Flatpak support out of the box. And our installed apps, which we've just been through, but there's quite a few more. They got Caffeine in here as well by default. Everything's by default on this except for Simple Screen Recorder, which I installed myself. Now I did notice that the theme on this is slightly different than the rest. The rest has this theme here. Oh, are we on? Is that on a different? How did they get there? Okay, so the theme on this is slightly different. I'm not quite sure what's going on there, unless the software center is a snap app. I mean, a Snappak. File manager is Thuna 1.6.15. They've got a nice little wallpaper going on there. That's the difference, I think, between the themes is not the wallpaper, the icons. That's probably the difference in the themes, I think, is on their themes. They've got different ones. So if we was to go to icons, we can go to blue. Oh, that didn't change it to blue, did it? Blue dark. We could go to Papyrus. Okay, so that's changing now. Okay. So Voyager orange dark. It's just taken a while to change, so I don't know what's going on there. We also have create URL link, so nothing different from what XFCE normally offers, I believe, that one. So we can, if we go to File Manager and go to Documents, we can create an open spreadsheet, open text document, which would be writer, a plain text, an empty file. You can get to your Voyager box from here, which is that one there. You got your session there, and Gigolo is still running. Let's turn that off, and any open apps that you've got will be up in the top left hand corner here, and also down here as well with an indicator at the bottom. You've got your power management there as well, and your power manager settings. So plenty of options there in the settings. Wireless mouse discharging at 55%. All good info there. So that's not a bad little power management system they've got going there as well. So we have SM Tube. Seems to work okay as well. So SM Tube is a little YouTube player that just allows you to browse YouTube from within this application. So if I was to browse to my website or my YouTube channel, PCTLC, must be a couple other PCTLCs around. Oh, and there's some of my videos there. So if we was to start playing that, and that's playing within VLC. So that's how that works. So it's playing within VLC. It's got a nice software center, and if we do a search for I'll do Simple Screen Recorder as an example. And here we have 3 of them. This one's installed already, as you can see from the bottom right hand corner. This one here, if we scroll down, this is from the Snap Store. So that's somebody else who's Dash Marty there. You can also check out the channel. Now, I've seen someone do this the other day. I think it was Linux Quest, I think, or somebody. They were clicking on, they were showing the how you can switch from different channels here on the same application there. So I didn't even know that was existing until I seen that. And Simple Screen Recorder, this one here as well. That's from Stable Channel, from the Snap Store as well. Different developer. So, and this one is a different developer as well, Marty. So, yep. So definitely Snaps. Now I believe they've also got Catfish file search, which I believe. Let's have a look at the Catfish file search. So if we look for Voyager, I know I've got and let's have a look under there. So there's a screenshot there. It's a pretty good file search anyway. That was quite quick. So not that I've got much on the system anyway, but I did have a few photos or a couple of pictures there. So, and the other thing they've got here is the USB image writers. Now, I'm not quite sure what they are. I'm suspecting that that is Mintstick. User share applications. Now, USB image writer, properties, launcher, Mintstick. So what that's Linux Mintstick. The other one should be a USB stick formatter. So properties, launcher, Mintstick. So okay, so they've got the Linux Mintstick in there. Now the other thing you've got in here is the panel switch. So if we have a look at that, that's probably the last thing we need to look at. XFCE panel switch. And you've got all these different panel switches, and I believe this is default with XFCE anyway. If you're running Xubuntu, you probably should have this available. So if you click on that one there, Gnome 2, and click the gear icon, then that will change it. So as you can see, it's a little bit different now. You've got a different menu. places. A little bit like the Mate menu there, only a shorter version. You got the Redmond. And old style menu there as well. XFCE 412. Now the only thing I've noticed with this is the conky doesn't, I think that conky, once you, if you change this, then once you restart, that conky would probably not be on, I would have to think. Ubuntu Bionic. It's different. Ubuntu Precise. So a lot of the older menu styles in these styles here, isn't there? I think that's the default. Yep, that's the default one. So you've got plenty of options there. If you don't want all those panels sitting around here, there's definitely plenty of other options there to choose from. No problem there. So they're all very similar. Couple of things missing from that panel there, but we'll put it back on the default panel. We'll change that back to the default wallpaper. Look at these wallpapers. That's the default wallpaper. A couple of different color options there. So quite good indeed. Let's have a look at Firefox. Is Firefox 60.0.1. You got create launcher, create folder, create URL link. So if I was to put in my favorite computer shop, PLE computer, we'll just put a little my computer shop. And I think it would be HTTPS www.ple.com.au, and we'll choose an icon. Action icons, let's go to all icons. We'll search for computer. I could download an image for PLE and pick that one up, but we'll just use a symbolic one for this one, and we'll create that, and there's our link there, and let's double click it, mark as executable, and there it is directly to our site. So if you're not sure what your website is, just copy that, and when you create the launcher, just paste it in there and you should be right to go. We'll delete that. File system, we have administrator, so we can open that file as administrator, which is good to see. It's always and a big warning, a big orange warning lit up across the top there, which is good to see. It's just a good reminder when you're moving files around. for me it would mainly be just putting themes and icons in the user share respectively, so that's good to see that's in there. Can arrange icons. So that was Voyager 18.04 long-term support. Hope you found the video interesting, and thanks for watching.